Okay guys, so today you're gonna need a sheet of paper and a pencil to get started with. Here is the image that we will be making today. So we're gonna be making 4 popsicles. We're gonna show short lines, long lines, thin lines, and thick lines. So to get started, we are going to take our piece of paper and we are gonna fold it in half and then fold it in half again so that we end up with 4 boxes when we're all finished. Okay, you are then going to take a black marker and you are going to trace the lines so that you have kind of a long, definitive border going on so that you know what's what. And then let's go ahead and label each section before we start. So this one is going to be short, S-H-O-R-T, short. This one is going to be long, L-O-N-G, long. And then we're going to have thin, T-H-I-N. And we're going to have thick, T-H-I-C-K. Okay, so just like with our color projects, we're going to start with our pencil and we're going to be making the popsicles. So we're going to make a line at the bottom and then like a giant upside down U and then throw in our popsicle stick. So we're going to repeat that for each one so that we end up with 4 popsicles. And remember, it's not super important that they are perfect. It's more about that we have the space to practice our line designs. Now, we have our popsicles drawn, and I am going to grab from my marker bag the 2 shades of green, the pink, the brown, and I already have the black marker out. So these are the colors that I'm going to need for today. The 2 greens, the pink, the brown, and the black. So we're going to start with short. And we're going to use the brown marker first, and we're going to make short little lines for the popsicle stick. Now a short line is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a line that is kind of tiny. All right. So I'm going to continue doing the short lines. I'm going to make mine watermelon, kind of have like a little bit of a curve going on. So I'm just using the limey green and making short lines. They're kind of like little tally marks or little dash marks. Okay, I'm going to switch to my darker green. And just do a couple rows of these. And then I'm going to finish the top of my watermelon with the pink. And I just think it's kind of fun to give us a little bit of a design to work on. So that's why I did the watermelon theme. Okay. So now I'm going to want to take my black and I'm going to trace my popsicle shape. And then I'm going to add some seeds, which I want to just do tiny little seeds that are about the size of the dash mark. So very small because these were the short lines. All right, I'm going to move on over to long, and since I already have my black marker out, I'm just going to go ahead and trace the popsicle shape with the black. Okay, so this is long lines. So this one was short tally mark lines. Now this time I want to have long, lengthier lines. So they're going to be solid, and they're just going to go the whole length of the popsicle. Okay, so I did my lime green. I'll come in here with the darker green. And then I will finish up with the pink. So these are long lines, whereas these were the short, tiny tally mark ones. These are lengthier lines. And then I will use the brown to make long lines as well on the popsicle stick. And then for my seeds, I'm going to make long shaped seeds. Okay, so I have my short and my long. Now it's time to move on to, let's do thin. So thin, I'm going to trace my popsicle with the black. Now for thin, I want to make sure that I have a very thin line, so I'm going to use just the tip of my marker. So I'm not going to press very hard, and I just want to get the thin tip so that my lines are very thin and skinny. I'm not pressing very hard, I'm just letting the tip of the marker make the line. I can do the same thing for my brown. Just the tip. So that's what keeps the line thick. I'm sorry, that's what keeps the line from going thick, is that we're just using the tip where it's nice and pointy, and we're not applying too much pressure, because we want to make sure that we can tell a difference between a thin line and a thick line. Now for the seeds on this one, we're going to make very thin, quick tally mark lines for the seeds. Okay? So you can kind of see the difference between short, long, here's thin, and now we're going to move on to thick. So I'm just going to trace normal. Now, when we do thick, we don't want to use a tip, we want to use the side. So I'm going to do my brown, and it's going to be so thick that I only can do one, maybe two, because I'm using the tip. I'm sorry, I'm not using the tip, I'm using the side of the marker, and it's going to be really broad, thick lines. Okay, switching to my pink. And then for the seeds, same thing, making them with the side of the marker so that they are very thick. So our final project for today is a compilation of 4 different popsicles showing 4 different types of lines. We have short, we have long, we have thin, and we have thick. All right, so you guys are now going to have a chance to do it yourself, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Thanks.